Alrighty then. As you can tell, I'm wearing my filter. So, don't act like you don't know. What I am going to be talking about yet again is the mental health crisis that we have going on in this country that people continue to ignore. Like it doesn't exist. Okay. Let me try this. In Maine, there was a shootout. Apparently, this guy had mental illness issues. He was hospitalized and let go. He was in the Army Reserves, I believe it was, and he was trained. He was a gun, aficionado, whatever they call them. All this stuff. He was trained. He was training people. Immediately, everybody goes to the gun issue. And listen, I understand why that is a natural reaction for people to automatically assume it's the guns. But the gun does not decide one day that it's going to just start shooting people, just like a car does not decide one day to just start running people over. A knife does not pick up itself and start stabbing people. But you know who does that? People. People take guns, people take cars, people take knives to kill people. Okay? In some cases, and in this case in particular, with the main guy, he had mental issues. He was hearing voices. He was hearing things. He even, it was reported that, like, when he was leaving the hospital out of, being contained for, I think 2 weeks, he was still homicidal. Like, he was still saying that he wanted to kill people. Okay. Now, I'm not going to approach this about a gun issue. I'm not going to approach this other than a mental health issue. I myself, when I was going through one of my darkest times in my life, I one time became homicidal. I would lock myself in my room. I would make sure that my parents, my sister, everyone locked themselves in their room because I didn't trust myself. And I'm going to tell you that. I know it might come shocking, but when you are in that type of mindset of, you're in such a dark place, dark entities corrupt your mind. And that's exactly how it becomes and how it starts. Now, by the grace of God, I was able to get out of that situation, and I'm standing before you right now. I don't have homicidal thoughts. I don't have suicidal thoughts. I don't have any of those type of thoughts because I truly believe that life is worth living. I value the life of people. I value everyone's life. Even people that consider themselves protected groups that I'm not allowed to criticize because I'm a girl and I'm a biological girl, and obviously I'm offending them, so I'm not allowed to criticize them at all. So even those people deserve, value in their lives. They have value in their lives. Now, the reason why I bring this all up is because I hear Biden talk about, gun issues. I hear people talk about, the mental health issue, but really not talk about it because, again, they don't really want to solve the problem. They just want to continue prescribing medications to keep people sedated and walking around like zombies and stuff like that. they don't actually want to come up with solutions. So all I can do is give advice from a person that suffered for it for a really long time. My mental health issues took a lot from me. They took a big portion of my life from me, going through that depression. That block of life was stolen from me because of it. Now, a lot of people will turn around, Christians, will turn around and say, you didn't get enough sun, you didn't believe enough in God, and you didn't pray enough. And I can't tell you how much that is so dismissive of a person who is actually going through that darkness. They can't really feel that type of sunshine that you're trying to spread. So you're basically just telling them it's not a big deal. You just have to get over it. And that's exactly how it comes across. You might not intend it, but that's exactly how it comes across. So I just hope that during this time that people see this tragedy, they don't focus on guns and they stop focusing on just throwing money at mental health and try solving the problem of mental health. I 100% believe, one, it is the lack of God in our society. And I know that might be controversial, but you have to understand God is who created us. Without him, we don't have the power to fight the entities around us. And by entities, I mean the demons. We just don't. Two, there is not enough programs. And this goes out to every single person that sits there and they say they advocate for mental health. These politicians, whoever you are, celebrities, I don't care. There are not enough programs. And when I say that, I mean it. You can have insurance, you can have everything, and there is just not enough programs. There's not enough therapy. You could totally find a whole bunch of doctors that are willing to medicate your butt up to the point where you feel absolutely nothing. But when it comes to actually developing coping skills, coping strategies, trying to find ways to live with the mental health issues, there is nothing. And I want to make sure you know that, because there is nothing. Your state, your local states. I live in a blue state, okay? And again, the programs are not enough. They throw money at this problem and there's nothing. They give you 3 months of therapy, throw you back out into the wolves. They give you, and again, this is with insurance. The best doctors, the best therapists are all on private networks, or they only take, money, I should say, cash, whatever. So when you want to try to solve this problem, and when you are talking about this situation, bring these things up. Bring how there is not enough programs for this situation. We can avoid situations like this guy had he not been released from the hospital. But he was released from the hospital because the insurance wasn't going to pay anymore. We need to solve the issue of the mental health crisis, but we need to come up with solutions, not just throw money at it.